Lake Taupo, before dawn, and this select group of professional triathletes are going about their business, preparing to race in the ultimate test of strength and endurance, the Ironman. Each has early morning expectations of victory. Just a couple of bike racks away, Nick Ruane is attempting his first Ironman. He's one of 1,200 ordinary people taking on an extraordinary personal challenge that many consider impossible. Victory in their Ironman world is measured in completing the course. Their mantra? To finish is to win. If Nick is to realise his dream, he will have to overcome more than what Ironman may throw at him. A childhood accident has left him paralysed down the left side of his body.
For me, being a challenged athlete, the swim is the most challenging aspect of the triathlon. It's the thing that I've had to work the hardest for. It's the thing that I am going to feel the most satisfied when I get out of the water. The 3.8 kilometre swim is a huge, huge achievement for me personally. In December 2008, I wasn't able to swim at all. So the journey from that point to today has been an incredibly long journey, a very large, huge, steep curve to get me from that point to this point here.
Nick hopes to realise his Ironman dream with the use of one arm and heaps of determination. When any athlete accepts the challenge of Ironman, they know that the physical and mental challenges are daunting and unforgiving. Ironman knows no favourites. At a moment's notice, Ironman can snuff out the dreams and aspirations of elite and novice athletes alike. It's always been that way. Just ask 55-year-old American Dave Orlovsky, who holds a unique place in Ironman history. In 1978, he became one of the 12 finishers in the original Ironman in Hawaii and is leaping back into the sport more than 30 years later. Back in 1978, he was with his mates who were arguing about who was the fittest athlete, the swimmer, cyclist, or the runner.
So I'm sitting at this table, you know, drinking beer with my young Marine buddies and stuff, getting free food and looking at the pretty women in Hawaii. I knew nothing about this argument or conversation that was going on.
But his mate was listening, and it was decided to join Hawaii's 3 big sporting events together, to swim 3.8K, bike 180, and run a marathon. They called it the Ironman.
And Tom says, well, kid, he says, you're gonna do this Ironman. I says, well, what are you talking about? You know, I'm still hungover from the night before. And I said, what are you talking about? And he says, just give me your $5. And he says, I'm gonna put you in it. It was emotional, just like the finishes now are very emotional to me. I think more so now because there's people around, but I think just knowing that I really accomplished something great in my life at that time and that it's grown to be what it is now is just a great feeling still. I still have a great feeling when I cross that finish line.
32 years after this first Ironman experience, the amiable American is in Taupo attempting to realise a goal set in 2008 of travelling the world and completing all the 24 sanctioned Ironman races. Today is his 7th. And he joins 1,200 others on the start line for the 2010 Bonita Ironman New Zealand.
Of all the athletes to have completed Ironman New Zealand, Cameron Brown is the most successful of them all. Today, he is seeking to become the first person to win the same Ironman 9 times. The select group of professionals are given a buffer of 15 minutes over the 1,200 age groupers and first-timers. The record 8 wins that Cameron Brown has carved out in the Bonita Ironman New Zealand have made him an international Ironman star. Brown's longevity in Ironman is motivated by a deep desire to be the best of the best. Victory in the World Championship in Kona, Hawaii.
I think that's the thing that's making me, keeping the sport is just trying to do well up there. I've had those 4 podiums and numerous top 10s, but it's that desire to, try and crack the #1 spot.
For now, his focus is more immediate. It's on the 2 young Kiwi guns ahead of him in the water. Kieran Doe and Terenzo Bozzoni are the new breed of Kiwi Ironmen, young, enthusiastic and talented. They've earned Brown's close attention, but they also know what it will take to topple the king of Taupo.
He's not going to give away anything. Anything I want, I'm going to have to fight for, and that's what I've come here to do. I've come here to fight till the very end.
There's no lack of tension in the women's race either, as the great Kiwi showdown continues between defending champion Gina Crawford and six-time winner Jo Lawn.
I've trained a lot harder than I ever have before. I've done a lot more miles on the bike because that's really the thing I need to work at most. So who knows if more means better.
After losing to Crawford last year, Lawn has re-emerged fitter, healthier and with a grim determination.
I know my strengths and I don't really have any weaknesses, so yeah, I just go as hard as I possibly can, give it 100% for each discipline, but I know I can do it, so I just have to go and do it.
Crawford believes it's more than just a two-horse race.
Well, I also think that I'm faster and stronger than last year, so I think it will be a good race here, but she's definitely not the only person on the start line. Anyone can win this race.
There are many reasons why these 1200 age group athletes are about to begin their journey in the crystal clear waters of Lake Taupo. They're all on the same start line and heading on the same journey. Their paths to the finish line, however, will be entirely different. The leading professionals, already stretched out in a long line ahead, will finish in just over 8 hours. For others, it will take twice as long. The swim, if you forget the distance, is a simple out-and-back course along the edge of Lake Taupo. Today, the water is still and clear, perfect conditions for fast times. In the men's race, Doe and Bozzoni worked together to take it to Brown from the start. The training partners seem to have a pre-race plan and pull out a lead of more than a minute at the bottom of the swim course. Doe, a superb swimmer, pushes clear of Bozzoni around the turning buoy. Crawford in the red cap and Lawn in the yellow duel it out in the first chase bunch. Already the elite field has been spread far and wide by the initial pace of Kieran Doe. Doe leads round the can for the swim home, with Brown alone in third, equidistant between the lead and the main bunch. Crawford leads the women's race as the chase group round the first turning buoy. Halfway back, the lead swimmers cross, with the age groupers heading in the opposite direction. Brown in the purple cap is swimming in third and not making any inroads on the lead that Doe and Bozzoni hold. In fact, the two tyros are extending their advantage. The age group competitors heading in the opposite direction, a spectacular backdrop. Lawn is locked in the broiling water of the chase pack and unable to respond to Crawford, who has broken 20 metres clear.